Okay, folks, here are again, back in capturing Smolensk with Armored Commander 2 and Hoffmann, whatever the heck his rank is. Unteroffizier? Is he something like that? Oh, Unteroffizier. Sergeant. Alright, we already gave these guys the points last time. We already applied their points. We have not lost a single crew member. Well, we're not bragging, we're just saying. Haven't lost a single crew member. Had some near death experiences yesterday and a couple days that we played. And, well, we'll see. We'll see what happens today. We'll see what happens today. Campaign VP 1323. I don't know what the heck that means. I mean, I know what it means. I don't know how to gauge it, whether that's good or not. But Panzer 321 moves on. Spearhead today. 50% air support, 60% artillery support, 70% unit support. You must pierce the enemy lines driving forward as far as possible before the end of the day. Okay, let's start the day. Now, we have collected a lot of APCR. A lot. Vladimir, welcome. Welcome back. How's the snow treating you? No snow here in Florida. And it's July on the Eastern Front, so no snow yet. But I have a feeling that it's going to be a bad one this year. So, what I'm doing is I'm actually playing vehicles that I actually have the model of. So I actually have a Panzer, this 321. It's a Panzer 3G. We decided that the commander is going to be Hoffmann, and that's who we're playing. So we're going to probably, whenever this guy meets his end, which I'm sure it's going to be before he makes it to Moscow, he's gotten really lucky. We're probably going to take. I mean, we kind of did a British tank on the side. We're probably going to do a Soviet tank. So we'll probably do a T-34-85 in one of the later campaigns in, say, Destruction of Army Group Center or something like that. I'm sure they have one of those campaigns, like a 44 campaign with the Soviets. So it'll be the same thing as this. It'll be like 85 millimeter gun on the Russians, deadly to many things, and then you encounter that one thing you can't do anything against. So okay, so we are here in our Panzer III, and we're going to go ahead and I think that's all. We're just going to fill up with air with I think with HE the rest of it. Oh, not overfill, not overstock. There we go. Okay, accept and continue. It's cold. Cold in July? Come on. Maybe September. Summer, clear, cold, gusty winds, dry ground. Okay, that's good Panzer weather. All right, objectives are tab to continue. Got to remember we did that. Takes you 25 minutes to prepare. We added the delay, and that basically means I have to tab out of everything. But at least I'll be able to read things and not be rushed, hopefully. We start here at the squiggle. We have a capture on the marsh. I don't know if I'm going to go for that. Panzers and marsh don't mix. Recon here. Should be the other way around. Capture this and then recon the marsh. Capture this flat ground. Capture this one. And then push the board. Okay, well, it's kind of obvious that no matter what I do, I'm going to try to recon in here. We're going to do it. Who's with us? Well, we just can't get rid of those Panzer 3Fs with a 37 millimeter gun, can we? Putzia. Putzia right here. And Steffens. So Putzia is in a Panzer 3F, and Steffens is a Panzer 3G. Okay. Fire at will? Yeah, leave them on fire at will. Attack my target, hold fire on my mark. Nope. No, let them have it. They're on, they made Panzer Commander as well. So, all right. So, we're going to go back to this menu, take a look at Q, and we're going to do a recon on Q. Estimated strength is 6. Okay. Support weapon teams. Okay, we're going to do advancing fire. I'm not going to use this really valuable support. There's not a whole lot of it. We need to be frugal with it. That's going to be a current theme to being the Germans is you got to be frugal with everything because they bit off more than they could chew. Let's put it that way. They definitely bit off more than they could chew. Okay, we're going to proceed into the fields. Is this a popular simulator? It looks sophisticated. It looks extremely basic. It is a great game. So it's a game that there's a board game that came out around maybe the late 80s, early 90s. I think it's the early 90s called Patton's Best by Avalon Hill, where you could play a Sherman tank and you got to move. You got to see who had the hatch open, and you move, and you'd find enemies, and you'd get victory points, and you have to knock them out, and you have to take objectives, and sometimes you'd lose crew members and things like that. It was basically a solitaire game, and I don't know how I came across this a couple of years ago. This game's not that old, maybe 5 years old, something like that. And this designer was inspired by the Patton's Best game. Now, the Patton's Best game you could only play Americans, only and only in Normandy. So what I did is with a friend of mine, we would just do double. We would do double solitaire. So in other words, one guy ran the Germans and rolled for them when it was time for them to hit, and the other person ran the proper tank that it was, and then we would flip, and then we would just leapfrog like that, and eventually, one of us would get knocked out. I have to play a new tank. So it's a solitaire game, but you're playing with somebody, so there's someone that can share your grief and victories instead of just like, hey, I had this great game by myself. That's nice. Like, who cares? It's not that who cares, but, they don't have a frame of reference to it. And, yeah, this is a great game. Now, at first, I'm like, I don't like how this looks at all, right? It has minimal amount of mouse use. It looks clunky. It's got a lot of depth, like a lot of depth. So, and it's just, we're making a movie here. We're making a movie about a tank crew, and it's playing out in front of us. That's the way I look at it. So, you get used to this display. Honestly, the only thing I wish I could change is I wish the font could be a little bit different. I'm a big fan of like Arial font. Like, do it with Arial, but it's done that way on purpose, probably to minimize the demand on the programming, and it works. But it's like I'm sure it might turn some people off, but it is a superb game. And the original one, you could only play the Americans, right? And in this one, they've added like every campaign. You could play Belgians in 1940 defending against the Germans. That's how specific. You can't play Danes because, they were only around for 6 hours. So you'd actually, if you played a game with the Danes, you probably would last longer than they did in real life. But you could play anything. The Japanese in the Far East versus the Soviets, all kinds of stuff. And it's really inexpensive. So I highly recommend anybody trying it. It's not a big investment. So, and okay, so we enter this zone. We fired 6 HE rounds. Let's see who we encounter. Find no enemy resistance. So the Nazi intelligence was wrong again, which is frequently a problem. It was a problem in real life too. You Americans know how to make puzzles truly impressive. I don't think the creator is American. He's Canadian. I think. Anyways, we're all on the same team. Doesn't really matter. Okay, so we captured this zone here. Now we're going to go ahead and push this way. I like to recon everything because this guy only gets one life. He gets knocked out. I'm not going to start another guy in a German tank for a while. So we're going to do advancing fire. Oh, nope, nope, nope. Getting ahead of myself here. We're going to do a recon. We have very few resources, and if you use them, you don't get them back. So we don't want to. You don't want to call in air support on something we can knock out easily. Infantry squad support weapon team. I'm not worried about those guys. Let's do some advancing fire. Proceed. Our 3 tanks are going to move into that zone. 5 HE rounds used, and what that simulates is you could actually like neutralize some of the guys by using those rounds before you actually do the battle that you're going to see here. Okay, the yellow basically means all the hexes that are visible by the tank crewman being crew exposed, and the vehicle is hull down to the front, so it's hull down this way. Any fire that comes in from the top, you can only see my turret, not from the back, but I'm going to put the commander on spot. The gunner is going to go ahead and operate the gun. The loader is going to reload. The driver is going to drive at a moment's notice. The assistant driver is going to pass ammo. Assistant driver basically is a replacement for the driver and runs the bow machine gun, but it can only fire into this zone here. Why that zone? Because that's the way the tank is facing. Each one of these hexes represents a abstract amount of space, and for instance, within the same hex is 0 to 120 meters. This is 120 to 480 meters. This one's 480 to 960, and out here is 960 to 1440 meters. Really long range. So when you don't spot somebody out there, it's like, well, they're a kilometer away, and they might be on foot, and they might be in brush. Right now, we don't know what terrain they're in. We're in broken ground, so rocky or something like that, and I'm hull down to the front. Okay, so we placed our orders, and then we do a space to end the phase and have a small spotting round here. Anti-tank rifle team behind us. Well, we're not worried about him at that range, and we didn't spot anything to the front. And what is he in? He's in fields. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're not going to move because as soon as I move, I lose my hull downness, and this could be a tank, and we want to be hull down to the tank. So what we're going to do is we're not going to move. We're going to rotate the turret behind us, and we're going to engage that anti-tank rifle team with a high explosive round. And we'll see. He probably has a really low chance of hitting someone. It's a lot better than I thought, actually. So this little bar here, I'll be listening on background. The bird I need to work on just arrived. Are you a veterinarian? Or you work on an aircraft? A plane just landed, and I got to work on it. Okay. I'll be happy to have you along for whatever I have you for. Okay, so we are somewhere around 1,000 meters, firing at an Soviet anti-tank rifle team in fields. Okay, this little bar here is super cool, and at a glance, it gives you an idea of what your chances of doing something to them are. So if you consider this entire bar like 100%, a 100% chance, just imagine like if you're rolling percentile, right? The red is basically going to be a no effect type thing. And then the greens come in a couple different flavors, and then the blues are critical. So if you look at here, you could see it's 0.9% chance of a critical. This green is basically the normal attack. So that might be like a that might well here it is. It's 8.7. Even though it says 8.7 is over here in the red, that represents the first green zone. Partial 17.4 is the darker green. So basically, if I roll 17.4 and lower, I'm going to get an effect. If I roll higher than 17.4, I'm not going to get anything. That represents the whole red zone there. So it's basically an HE. We see if it lands on target. Continue. Missed. I'm not surprised. I didn't get rate of fire, which you normally don't. You don't get a subsequent shot usually the first time you fire on a target. Now, hopefully, this guy doesn't pop up and we find out that it's a tank or something. But still, our hull is protected. Okay. Now, this next phase, I'm going to move the commander. Oh, I'm at the shooting phase. Okay. Let's press enter and exit that. Okay. I was spotted by the rifle team. Okay. Unspotted unit moves. Now, just because you don't hear an engine doesn't mean it doesn't have an engine. It's just haven't spotted. It'd be unfair to not be able to know that it you just know that there's some movement out there of some kind. I'm going to ignore him for now. Okay? We're in the command phase again. Commander is going to go ahead and direct fire. We're going to operate the gun. And we're going to button up. Operate the gun, reload. Sure, leave them on drive, leave them on pass ammo. Okay? Not moving. We're going to fire high explosive and let them have it. The chance should be better, and it is significantly better because it is an acquired target. See here in blue? And we're going to let them have it. We got a partial hit, rolling a 45.4. And there's riflemen that are over there that were spotted by one of the other tanks, by an allied unit. One of my other two tanks that are with me. 6 firepower on the AT team. Think of it like squad leader. You have 6 firepower, 4 firepower, 3 firepower. No effect. That's the way high explosive is done in firepowers. Rifleman moves. The tank on tank stuff's not with firepower. It's like real shells. Okay? I'm not really worried about that guy just yet. So we're going to do exactly the same thing. We're just going to let him have it one more time. Hit him, baby, one more time. There we go. Got rate of fire. Do it. Got another hit. Hit him again. And got a partial hit. And I got rate of fire. Hit him again. I'll resupply. I don't care. We're gonna drop lots of HE on this guy's head. And this just simulates that you're putting a lot of rounds down range, and then when you go in between the phases, you'll actually see what happened to him. At least that's how I justify what's going on. Okay? And the phase? 26 firepower now on the AT team, okay? Should be nasty. Destroyed. Okay, now we only have that one guy over there. Again, we're going to be direct fire, operate, gun, reload, drive, pass ammo. And the only reason I leave him on drive is he really can't do anything else that's useful. So if I decide to, if something happens in the spotting phase, which it wouldn't in this case, but there's times where there's question marks out there and you can't really shoot at them accurately. So you put your orders down and you have a chance to spot them. And you spot them, I want to be able to like drive away if I need to, right? So it's just a habit of mine. I got the driver on basically drive notice. Okay? Direct fire, operate, gun, reload, drive, pass ammo. Now I'm not going to have a really good chance of hitting that target because it's at long range. And I'm going to have to rotate the turret back. Oh, why don't I have line of sight to the target? It looks like it's blocked. Well, I couldn't tell because it only had a little black block here. Okay, well, he must be somewhere. Like the rest of my tanks see him, but they don't see him. That's fine. He'll show up eventually. He's just going to sit there and get shelled by everybody else. So we will just skip this phase. Looks like my other guys can't shoot him either. Okay, direct fire, operate gun, reload, drive. Okay, still can't fire at him. That's fine. I am now unspotted. So he lost sight of me. I don't know how I know. The hairs on the back of my neck stopped standing up, I guess. And he's just parked out there. I'd close in, but I don't want a tank to show up. I mean, I'm in this nice hold down position. He's the one that moved over. Other tanks are shooting at him. 2 firepower probably won't do anything. No effect. All right. We're gonna go ahead and I guess we'll move before we wait too long and somebody else shows up. Direct fire, operate gun, reload, drive past ammo. Everything's the same except I'm going to switch to machine gun, and I'm going to switch the commander to direct movement to increase our chances to reduce the range. Okay, good. We're going to move forward. I move, but not far enough to enter a new hex. However, and I'm on the machine gun, so I only have a range of 2. So we're done. Rifleman moves. I got him to move. See what he does. Oh, he moves back where he was. Okay. Next turn. This is about 2 minutes. You know, it's 6:09 in the morning now. So we're gonna have him. Everything stays the same. We're gonna move forward. We are successful, and we're gonna fire the coax machine gun. Wow, which has a pretty good chance of hitting something. Critical. Doesn't mean he's dead or anything, but it helps. Okay. 18 firepower on him. Destroyed. Okay, nobody left. We capture the zone. Alright, now this is the one that it wants me to capture as 10 victory points. I'm going to do a recon on it. Estimated strength in zone is 4. What kind of units are we talking about? Artillery gun, light tank. I'm just not interested in going into a swamp. It is 10 victory points though. How about we do this? It's dry ground in a swamp. Let's do advancing fire. Let's get air support. Let's get artillery support. Let's attempt to get unit support. Let's go unbutton the entire crew, so improve our chances to spot them initially and start being able to react to them in an effective way. And we're going to proceed. Yeah, let's put anti-armor on it in case it comes in. I mean, there might not be anybody there. I fire 1 round of HE. I encounter enemy resistance. Air request. I get air support. They're going to try to spot a target. If they can't, then they leave. T-26 was spotted by air support and a 45mm anti-tank gun. 1 Messerschmitt 109 shows up to attack. The T-26 was unaffected. 4 firepower on the anti-tank gun. No effect. Artillery request. Success. Artillery's coming in. They are 150mm field guns. The T-26 was nearly hit. I want him to take the anti-tank gun out. I can take out a tank a lot easier than an anti-tank gun. Unit support. Didn't get unit support. So there we are. So this anti-tank gun is deployed facing this way, but he's in a little black box, which means I cannot see him. His line of sight is blocked to me. There's something between the two of us that blocks it. I don't know what it is. That doesn't mean that the other two tanks in the hex can't see it. Now, I am hull down to the front, which means if they fire at me, assuming I'm in their front arc, I think I am, they've got to hit me on the turret or it's not going to have any effect. So, um, let's try to make something happen here soon. This T-26 is also hull down to the front. Too bad I'm shooting at him on the rear. So we're going to move the commander to direct fire. We're going to direct the gunner to operate the gun. We're going to close his hatch, which really are the little hatches that are on the side of the turret. Loader is going to reload and close his hatch. The driver, we're still going to leave him on drive, and the assistant driver is going to pass ammo. I mean, the loader passes ammo anyways. It just might increases the chance of her possibly getting a second round off, or third, or fourth, or what have you. Okay. And I'm considered to be in the marsh. And somehow I'm hull down in the marsh. A marsh is probably not a place you want to be hull down in. Means your tracks are probably really muddy. And it's a marsh. I really don't want to go out and do a lot of movement. Next thing you know, I'm getting stuck in the wrong facing in a gunfight. Okay. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We're not gonna move. We're going to. I guess I got to rotate the turret a little bit. We're gonna fire armor piercing, not high explosive, and fire at the target. Yep, the typical 5%, half a percent chance. Missed. I was spotted by the T-26, and the 45 millimeter gun is now alert. You think, oh, it's only a 45 millimeter gun, no big deal. They have the same gun, both of these vehicles. Well, the anti-tank gun and the T-26 has the same gun. So direct fire, operate gun, reload, drive. Next turn, not moving. Now we acquired the target, so the chances should be significantly higher than half a percent. It's 54.3%. And I missed. Got two other tanks. Looks like they missed. He's attacking me with HE. Now, here's the part where I regret having the commander crew exposed. So hopefully he doesn't hit us. He missed, but he maintained rate of fire, which means he's going to get another round out. He missed. Okay, command phase. The commander is going to button up. Okay? He's also in a marsh. Okay? Operate gun, reload, drive, pass ammo. Okay, good. We're good with that. Not moving. We're going to fire AP. 78% chance of getting a hit. I hit and I maintain rate of fire. Give him another round. And I got another hit. So I got two hits on him. He's probably going to be toast. And the phase? Yeah, 91.7% chance of knocking him out. Okay, knocked out a T-26. I'm now unspotted again because the only person that can see me is the anti-tank gun, and they can't make out where I'm at. Dust around you is completely settled. So what I'm going to do in my little hull down position is I'm going to make sure that these other two tanks can't see him. So I'm going to leave everything as is. We're not going to move or anything. And we're going to rotate the turret there. Okay, now I don't have line of sight to it, but The 45 millimeter is now unspotted. So he's the same thing. He looks like none of us can see him. This is a bad situation. This is a bad situation. And because I need to, I can. You have to pivot. If you're going to pivot, you have to pivot first and then move. I'm going to have to move to get closer. I'd like to move here, but because I pivot first and then move, I would be to move in here. Since I'm already facing the location, it's going to be a side shot on me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pivot this way and try to move to this hex. So we want to successfully move. So let's go ahead and have the commander direct movement. Gunner is going to operate the machine gun. He's going to have a better chance. Reload, drive, pass ammo. Yeah, it doesn't really matter what he's on. He's not moving, huh? Okay. We're going to pivot, and then we're going to move forward. I moved, but not far enough to enter a new hex. So what I did is I'm going to be in the same hex area. I'm going to no longer be hull down, and I may be exposed to seeing him. And here's the problem, because he became unspotted. There he is again. I haven't spotted him yet. So I'm going to need to, yeah, we're going to rotate the turret back, okay? And we're going to, and it's only 2 hex range because the machine gun only fires 2 away, okay? End the phase. Now it's spotted. So one of the allied units spotted him. That's good. That means that the allies can see him. And I was spotted by him. Artillery support, attack inbound, firing spotting rounds. Oh, interesting. I get the artillery, the 100 millimeter guns coming in on him. Was attacked by artillery. 11 firepower? Destroyed. I wonder why that happened. I wonder why. I didn't know that. Like, I've never seen my own artillery attack later on in the game phase. It's always like initial, and then they're done. Well, I'm not going to complain. He's gone. And we captured this swamp we didn't think we were going to. Okay. Friendly forces captured. Okay. We're going to shoot across here the hills and recon this. Actually, we need to go to this zone anyways. So we're going to come over here and then recon them from this direction and push forward. Because this move here will be quick. Because it is not, assuming I don't bog down in the same swamp I'm in. Because it is a friendly zone. So like I don't even have a chance to do recon or anything. So we're just going to move forward. And unless they counterattack at the same time, there won't be combat there. And there wasn't. Okay? So we're going to do a we're going to go to E, and we're going to do a recon on E. Strength zone is 4. Self-propelled AA gun. Well, at this point, that sounds like a nasty weapon, but at this point, the Soviets only have a Gaz AA, which is like a clunky little Ford truck that's built on license and has like 4 Maxim machine guns. It's nasty, but I'm not on foot. I've got some armor on me, so that's not going to do anything to me. Let's do advancing fire. Let's make sure I'm not crew exposed. I don't want that guy having fun with my face. All right, and we're not gonna do any support. We're gonna proceed. Fired 6 HE rounds. Find no enemy resistance. And after I took it, the friendlies attacked the zone. So who knows what this is going to be. I have a Pack 36, which is a 37 millimeter anti-tank gun. A Pack 38, which is a long 50 millimeter anti-tank gun. So it's a longer gun than the one I have. and another pack 30, 35, 36. I call them pack 36s. So two 37 millimeter guns and a 50 millimeter gun that's nastier than mine. Okay? Tacky units have brought air support. There's Russian planes left? Two Su-2s, they're like dive bombers, arrive for an attack. Oh my god, the Pac 38 was destroyed. Well, no big deal unless that's like a heavy tank or something that's coming. Your vehicle was knocked out by the air attack. What the fuck? Oh my god. They knocked out my tank. Well, you know, the important thing is that the crew... Wow. Okay, here comes the disco music. Alright, if you watched this yesterday, we know how it is. It's only a 2% chance of catching fire. And I've got 10 rounds to get my guys out of there. The commander is stunned, so is the gunner, and the whole guy is shaken. Alright, so we come down here and do orders. So Hoffmann, the commander, he's stunned. Tab to continue. Okay. Select action. He's going to open the hatch. He has an 80% chance, but he's stunned, so it's minus 10, so 70% chance. Still pretty good. He's going to open the hatch. He's going to open the hatch. Oh, he has no hatch. Cybert has no hatch in the hull. Aid fellow crewman. Sure. And he has no possible actions because he has no hatch and he's shook. Okay, that's what we're going to do. Let's see how it goes. The commander didn't open his hatch. Oh, but the turret gunner did open the hatch. Huh. Crewman's condition improves to good order. Aid fellow crewman bonus applied. Okay, so Martinek got his shit together. Oh, what did you miss? Okay, so we show up in a battle. We take over a swamp. We're feeling good. We're moving forward. We go into another zone with not any crazy resistance. And I think it was like a AA anti-aircraft thing is supposed to be there. We move in. And before I get to do anything, there's one unit on the field. Whoop-dee. Before I move in, Soviet air attack. 2 Soviet dive bombers come in. One destroys one of my supporting anti-tank guns, and the other one drops the bomb on me and knocks my tank out. That's where we're at. That's all you missed. Actually, it drops it on you. I'm not Hoffmann. We know how to do this. 2% chance of fire. What could possibly go wrong? Everything at once. So nobody got hurt. So that's good. I don't care how many tanks we go through. You know, we're going to run this until Hoffmann's no longer with us. And right now, he's with us. Okay, tab to continue, round 2. So we open... Okay, so the tank commander's hatch is shut. Okay, these guys have the 2 side hatches on here. Yeah, they were buttoned up. Yeah, it might have been worse. It might have been worse. I mean, there's some bombs that are small enough that they wouldn't do anything to the tank. It's not like automatic. Oh, they dropped the bomb on us and we don't have any armor. I mean, you know, they don't have much armor, but that's a Luftwaffe not doing their job. What the hell's a Soviet plane doing flying as early as July 14th? I mean, the Red Air Force was in ashes. Well, Hoffmann's going to open the hatch. Vythe, who has open hatch in the turret, going to try to open the commander's hatch. He doesn't have a very good chance, but... Oh, because he's stunned. What else can he do? Bail out through the hatch, aid. There's no enemies in sight, so that's good. Covering fire. Nope, no covering fire. I'm going to have him bail out. He has a 55% chance of doing that, since he's stunned. The turret loader is in good order, so I'll have him help the commander. Cybert, the whole guy, bail out through turret hatch. 20% chance. That's all he can do. Martinek, bail out through turret hatch. Yeah, while the commander is sitting there stunned in the middle of the turret hatch, well, there's two other turret hatches, so they can get out, you know? Let's proceed. Hatch is now open. So the two guys who were going to bail out through the turret hatch did not bail out. The commander and the driver and the assistant driver. If they were in a Panzer IV, they'd have their own little hatch. But they don't. Okay, so Hoffmann. His options are now bail out through the hatch, go to gunner's position. No, he's going to go out, bail out through the hatch. Okay, Vythe is stunned on the vehicle exterior. I'm not going to have him move to the safe location. There's no enemies in sight, so I'm not going to provide covering fire. Aid all German crewmen bailing out. Yep. Bainch has the hatch open. He's going to bail out through the hatch. Cybert, bail out through turret hatch, bail out through turret hatch. Here we go. Okay, Hoffmann bailed out. The driver bailed out. So we still have the... oh, well, this guy's outside. So Hoffmann's outside, the gunner's outside, the loader is still in there, and he hasn't been able to bail out. He must have gotten his shoelace stuck in something. This guy's in a vehicle interior, and Martinek didn't do. So we're going to have this guy up here, the driver, aid all German crewmen bailing out, which is only one. Aid all German crewmen bailing out. We need to get the loader and the bow machine gunner out. Here we go. Okay, everybody's on the vehicle exterior now. Move the safe location. Move the safe location. Move the safe location. Safe location. Move the safe location. Proceed. Move to the safe location. Your vehicle fills with smoke. All your surviving crew are safe. Okay, your combat day is ended. Fought 3 engagements, captured 4 zones, got 7 gun hits, destroyed 1 vehicle, which is a T-26, and a 45mm anti-tank gun. And neither one of them took me out. I got death from the sky. Nothing I could do about that. Well, that crapped out my day. We only got 39 points. Continue. Probably didn't get any experience. Oh, I got a wound badge. Field hospital, 3 to 7 days. So Hoffmann is in the field hospital for 3 to 7 days. Let's go to 4. 3 to 7 days until recovery. Nobody got any experience, did they? Oh, the gunner did. Okay, well let's see what we can do. Let's see if we can just add a new skill for where we're at. Target tracker greatly increases chance to hit when the crewman is firing a gun from. Did I just say crewman? The crewman. Some R&R with the nurses. Let's see what they look like first. Greatly increases chance to hit a crewman is firing a gun moving target. Okay, that sounds pretty good. The mobilizer reduces the penalty to hit when a crewman is attempting to mobilize a target vehicle. Yeah, the problem with that is any vehicle I want to mobilize that causes a problem for me with a Panzer III is going to have a turret. So mobilizing is not going to do any good. They're still going to be able to just turn the turret and hose me. Target focus reduces the effect of precipitation when a crewman is firing a gun. Oh, so okay, so it's got to be raining. Fuel saver, eagle eyed. What's that do? When crew exposed, slightly increases chance for this crewman to spot and identify enemy units. That's good for the commander. Target tracker is what we're going to do. Okay? Add that skill. Yep. Now the interesting thing here is going to be, oh, the commander's empty. Yeah, because he's in the hospital. So what's going to happen? What's going to happen if my next campaign day is a day that the commander is not in the is not around? We get some substitute fucking teacher. I wonder if there's an option like, hey, we're just gonna relax till the boss gets back, right? Okay, next day. That was July 14th. Your crewman's right leg and foot injury is now healed. Edwin Hoffmann. After 4 days in the field hospital, you recover and return to active duty. You're assigned a new vehicle and all your old crew rejoin you. Well, I would hope so. I frickin' trained the guys. Okay, and I have it set so I get to pick the vehicle. Okay? Because I don't want to just. I don't have a problem playing any of these things, but it needs to be a vehicle that I have. Wait, I have all these vehicles. I have most of these vehicles. Yeah, you can actually have a. You can have some armored cars here. See, this is an error. Okay? The PSW 231 6 rad armored car, they never made it to Russia. They were used in France and before. Really cool looking vehicle. It's like the German 8-wheeled armored car, except it only has 6. They didn't have them in Russia. Okay, yeah, it's the 6-wheel version of this. Okay, this is the little French armored car, the Panhard. Panzer 1A, yeah, you don't want that. Panzer 1B, Panzer 2F, Flampanzer 2, the Flamingo. Czech 38 of 2 different versions. Well, Czech 38 was not used in the same division that a Panzer III was. They never were. So I'm not going to pick one of those. Okay? 3F, there's no reason to downgrade. That's got a 37 millimeter gun. This is the tank I was in. It stands to reason that I should get a H. Okay? And the reason why is because he's been in a G all the time and been successful. He's a veteran commander. I saw some other guys have those. I'm not going to go to the four. I'm not going to go to the Panzer fours. Stugs, Panzerjäger 1, French tank, French tank, French tank, Flampanzer French tank, captured T-26, captured BT-7, captured T-34. Yeah, that's too easy. Okay? So we're going to go to a Panzer 3H. Okay, and we're going to select the vehicle name. I have an H, don't I? Well, I think he's just going to take the same. His story is he got moved to second platoon. He's the commander of the second platoon. I'm sorry. He'll be the commander of the first platoon. Okay, so he's going to be 311. Same third company, but first platoon. All right. You're not a big fan of the Panzer IV? I am when it's got a 70, when it's got a long 75 in it. I would play it, but that's just in a different company entirely. And they had not that many of them, anyways. I mean, the Panzer Division normally would only have like 50 of them at the most, and they'd have 150 of the other ones. So like 1 in 3 was a Panzer IV. Oh, I get a -10 victory point modifier because I picked this tank. It's too special. Whatever. Okay. I'm using logic. I didn't just automatically start in an H. I started with a G. I did my time. Okay. Um, we're gonna tab to proceed. All current crew can be assigned. The gun is better, but the look of the tank is ugly. If it doesn't have the little turret box, I agree with you. It looks ugly as hell, but I think Panzer IVs, even with a short barrel, look okay. But that's up to you. Um, you may now reassign crewmen if needed. No, no, I'm good. Enter. Closing the gap. A battle. Oh, I hate battles. Your group Smolensk has been captured, but we must still close the gap between our pincer attacks to prevent the Red Army troops from retreating. Your group has been posted to the front line where there is a heavy resistance. Break through the enemy defenses and destroy enemy units. Air support 50. Artillery 60. Unit support 70. Okay, who's with us? Oh, oh, I guess I can't tell what that is yet. Okay, looks like they got some points though. I, I don't know where they got some advanced points. I guess they studied. Okay, so we're going to go to the crewman menu. The gunner. What's target focus? Is that the rainy one? Yeah. Trap spotter. Button up slightly increases chance for this crewman to spot and identify enemy units. Yeah, but the line of sight is terrible on those. What we want to get is what is expert shot? Perception 9. Okay? So we're going to go ahead and go Q, and we're going to increase his perception. Yes. Okay, we're going to go to the loader. E, and we're going to see what new skills he has. Unjab a weapon, gun specialist. Small bonus to attacks by his crewmen against gun targets. Yeah, but he's the loader. Ammo bargainer, gun expert, greatly increases the chance. Okay, it's a knowledge 7 is what he's going to get. So he's going to Q, and he's going to move his knowledge to 7. And the next time I get a point, I can add that. Okay, the driver. What's Mud Runner? Increases chance of unsuccessfully unbogging attempt. Well, I got to bog first. Mechanic decreases the chance of breakdown when moving in the scenario map. Reverse increases the chance of successful reverse move. I like mechanic. I like mechanic. Ooh. Instinct for cover. Greatly increases to achieve hull down status after moving. That's perception 8. My perception's 5. Let's go ahead and just move his perception to 8. Yep. Well, it's not going to be 8. It's going to be at 6. Okay, and the assistant driver. Fast, Mr. Fast Hands himself. Oh, he's steady hands. Oh, my bad. Conflagration. Flamethrower. Small bonus to all attacks by this crewman against infantry and cavalry targets. That's good because he's always going to fire his machine gun at infantry. Okay, so his knowledge is 6. His knowledge is now 3. So we're going to go Q, and we're going to move the knowledge to there. Yes. Okay, we're good to go. Proceed. All right. The problem is I lost all my APCR. Remember all that APCR I had? Gone with the last tank. So we're going to autofill recommended loadout. That looks good, except I don't want HE in the ready rack. Well, you know what? We'll leave it there. We'll leave it there. We'll leave it there. It might be a time when I need to get lots of HE rounds on it. That's fine. Um, okay, sun rises at 4 o'clock, and we'll set it 2024. Takes you 35 minutes to prepare your vehicle and travel to the front lines. Okay, I'm here. As you can see, these zones aren't only worth all 1, but we have these nice little yellow dots. And there's nothing to defend. There's not any areas here that I have to sit here and defend. I'm free to go on offense. So the first thing is we need to rescue this allied unit. Now, who's with us? We got another Panzer IIIF, Reichel, and Taggart, and a 3H. Okay? And they're on fire at will. That's good. So first things first, we're going to go Q. We're going to go 2. We're going to go on button. Everybody. And we're going to do a reconnaissance. Enemy strength zone is 3. Support weapon team. Okay? I'm going to go 2 again. I'm going to change my mind. I'm buttoning everybody up. And we're going to do advancing fire. And we're going to proceed. Tab to continue. I encounter enemy resistance. And it's 1 unit. And I'm hull down to the front. So what we're going to do is we're going to slowly open his hatch. Leave him on spot. Gunner's going to operate gun. Loader's going to reload. Driver's going to drive at a moment's notice. And assistant driver's ready to pass ammo. Combat engineer team. Okay, we got to hose those guys before they get to close of range 1. They're going to have flamethrowers and dynamite and all kinds of shit. So. Okay, we're not going to move. We're going to rotate the turret. Got HE on there, and we're going to fire at the target. Initial shot. Missed. Okay? Now, what we're going to change to this guy is we're going to direct fire, not move, and we're going to give him a shot, and a much better chance of getting a hit. And we got ready to fire. Let him have another one. Got a partial hit. So I got a full hit and a partial hit. 9 factors of damage. 9 firepower. See what if the other tanks do anything. Nope. Maybe they don't see them. 9 firepower on the combat engineer team. Destroyed. There you go. What's the difference between an F and an H? Well, you came to the right place. All right. I captured that zone. Let's do this. And hold on. Let's. Okay, good. We're on the big view. All right, I'll show them to you. Here's the G. Where's the F? F is back here. And I have an H with the Africa core. Okay. So this is a Panzer III. This is a Panzer III F. Easy. You're rocking. Find it. Okay. So we have a 37 millimeter gun in the front instead of a 50. 37 millimeter gun in the front, and it has very little armor. It doesn't have great armor. They use this is the style that they use in France, basically. In France, you see how it doesn't have a little turret box behind the turret? It looks stupid. Okay, they started calling that a Rommel box. They really didn't start seeing those until Rommel was in North Africa. I don't know if he invented it or they added it because of extra supplies or something like that. So this is the F. The G went to, the main difference is that it has a, I mean, there's some trivial differences. It has a 50 millimeter gun. So, and then the H is this same tank. By the way, this is 321. This was Hoffmann's tank. Not anymore. The H is the same tank as the G, same gun and everything, but it has extra armor plate on the hull. So and it has right here in the, it has extra armor plates on it. So it has more defense. The turret's the same, but you got extra, armor on it. So that's really the only difference. The G and the H are a lot more the F, the G has a different gun and a better gun than the F, and the H has better armor than the G. That's pretty much it. I think we're on the correct screen now. Let's see if I botched that up or not. Looks like I botched it up. Okay. Then I need to close this. There we go. And this one. You almost bought an F today on eBay. Um, there was a few of them that were left, and I actually got my numbers when they went into the Soviet Union. They had some Fs left, but it was like one F out of four was 37. One Panzer III out of four was 37 millimeter armed. So they're definitely the exception to the rule. So I got the F because the Fs they did convert some of the Fs to a 50 millimeter gun, and that's what I thought I was getting, and I didn't get it. And then I have a second F because I bought it off the estate sale of somebody that probably fell for the same thing. But that's why I have Fs. I really have no use for them. And then I found out, oh, they actually did use them in Russia. I'm like, okay. But like, they probably wouldn't have had them past Moscow. They would have just, the 37 millimeter gun just doesn't cut it. The 50 doesn't even cut it. But okay, enemy forces have captured the zone. All right, so here we have this rescue that we need to do. So we're going to go Q. We're going to do R to see with the recon. Strength of 10. Okay. 2 medium tanks and a tank gun truck. Lovely. Well, we're going to do advancing fire. We need to unbutton everybody. There's just too many targets. We need to be able to see them all, at least initially. We're going to request air support. We're going to request artillery support. And we're going to request unit support. That's all we can do. Either that or ignore it. But, you know, we're not here to ignore things. So here we go. Let's see. I'm curious what the allied unit is that needs to be rescued. Yep, anti-armor. Let's do it. 2 HE rounds. I encounter enemy resistance. And it's a friendly H-39, which is a captured French tank. Talk about slow. Those things are really, really slow. Air support. Didn't get it. Artillery support. Got it. Okay. Firing spotting rounds. 45 millimeter anti-tank gun. Those have historically been like, a lot of things have been like facing away from me. I mean, that's nice. A T-28 with the heavy armor. That's the M40. And another one, 2 T-28 M40s. And unfortunately, we only have 75 millimeter infantry gun artillery. They hit the 45, 7 firepower on it, pinned it. Okay. Combined operations, I got it. What did we get? A PaK 38. So a 50 millimeter anti-tank gun. Now, the gun that's in this tank, the 50L42, was never made as an anti-tank gun. They went from the 37 millimeter gun, which is the same that's in the 3F, and they jumped all the way when they made a 50. They made a 60 caliber 50, so it's a lot nastier. It ended up being in the Panzer IIIs, but not until much later. Not until 1942. So, okay, so that's what we have in the anti-tank gun form. So, tab to continue. Am I hull down? No, I'm in open ground. And they're in open ground. Commander is going to... We're going to try to go hull down. And we're going to have the commander help direct the movement. I'm going to go ahead and button his ass up, though. The gunner's going to go ahead and operate the gun. The loader's going to reload. The driver's going to drive. The assistant driver is going to pass ammo. Okay? So if one of these big tanks, T-28s, ends up like firing an HE round like it did the other day, my driver isn't going to get any shrapnel from that. I mean, my commander's not going to get shrapnel for that, from being sticking. I mean, he might still damage it, but okay. So that's all we're going to do. We're going to attempt hull down, which is only a 10.5 chance. Or I could reposition. We try to reposition in wooden buildings. That's going to increase my chance of getting a hull down next time. It failed, but I moved in the woods instead. Okay, so now we're not out in the open. And we blocked the line of sight of one of the tanks. So one of those T-28s can't see me from where he's at. Okay, so that's progress. Let's see what the chances are of firing the AP round. So let's go to AP. And we're going to go fire at target. 8.8 chance. And that cracked shot has given me a 3.8 chance. There's no chance of rate of fire. Here we go. I missed. Okay, next time it'll be a little bit better. I'm going to toggle that. Ready rack, chance to hit. So when we fire, we'll be able to fire it again. Okay? So, end the phase. Pack 38's unlimbered. Yeah, but it's way back there. It's deployed. The truck that was hauling it, a Krupp moves. I was spotted by a T-28, obviously the one I can see. And one of them moves, the unspotted one, so now I can see them both. Okay, well, I'm going to continue firing at this guy here that I fired at before. We're going to direct fire. We're going to operate the gun, reload, drive, pass ammo. Now, it's a side shot on him. I'm going to fire AP. I need to husband the super ammo, which I would have fired the super ammo if I had been in the other tank. Okay, end the phase. No movement. – 49.8% chance. That's not bad. And a 68.3% chance of getting a second round. Let's go. I missed and didn't get a chance to get another round. Well, okay. One of the other Panzer IIIs, the other 3H, destroyed them. That's fine. Why is that little truck even moving? It's hiding behind us, no doubt. Okay, direct fire, operate gun, reload, drive, pass ammo. Okay, is he moving? This hull is to the front. Let's do a direct fire, operate gun, reload, drive. Let's direct movement. And we're going to have the driver. Now he has a 25.5% chance of going hull down in here because I'm in woods, not open ground. Okay, so we're going to attempt hull down. Unable. What are my chances of hitting him? Piss poor, but that's the initial shot on him. So let's fire on him. Missed. Okay. Looks like somebody hit him but didn't penetrate. That's what that sounds like. It moves, but not far enough to enter a new hex. Okay. The 45mm gun's no longer pinned. Okay, I'm going to go back to direct fire, operate gun, reload, fire, pass ammo. Okay. Not going to move him. I'm going to switch to APCR. Because, oh, he moved it. Nope, he moved to side. Okay, so we're going to move back to AP. Okay, a toggle ready rack is ready for use, and we're going to fire at target. 49% chance to hit. Hit him. I didn't penetrate. I had a 72.2% chance of penetrating. Rolled an 86.3. Nope. The antics of the German truck moving around. Oh, the truck decided to take attention from... Oh, the 45mm fired at him and the machine guns fired at him. Maybe he's just distracting. Okay, which way is this thing facing now? To the front. Not going to move. Now we'll move to APCR and fire. 73% chance. I miss, but I maintain rate of fire. Yep, it's expensive ammo, but I'm going to use it. I got to hit. Because if I hit on his whole front, I'm definitely not going to penetrate unless I use this APCR. So we got a hit on him. Yeah, and that's with the good ammo. I only had a 16% chance of penetrating. Okay. Wow, we're taking it from both sides now. I feel like I need to pivot to the left. Let's attempt hold down. Unable to move hull down. Okay, I'm not going to fire the hull. Yeah, my chance is so bad to hit. I don't want to waste a really good, powerful round at it. Yeah, the truck's way up there. It's just bad AI, you know? Wow, the T-28 was destroyed by the Panzer IIIF using the 37 millimeter. It must have gotten a critical hit on it. Okay, I'm not going to complain. The Krupp moves closer. Yeah, he's like, oh, there's a gun out there. Okay, now everything stays the same, except we're going to pivot the hull. Okay, we want our front to that. Who the hell's over here? Oh, it's that French tank that we came over here to save. And I'm going to attempt hull down. And I move in a hull down position. Okay, so now only my turret is showing. It's much harder to hit, and we're going to fire high explosive and probably won't hit. This is just the initial round. Decent roll, but missed. Four firepower on the 45. Reduced him. Oh, okay. It's attempting to dig in. Well, we're just going to do the same thing. We're going to fire another round of HE. Much better chance. Miss, but maintain rate of fire. Hit and maintain rate of fire. Give him another. Partial hit and maintain rate of fire. Give him another one. We got lots of HE. Partial hit, maintain rate of fire. Give him another one. 6 firepower. Wow, that's a lot of fire. That's a lot of repeat. And the truck wants to laugh in his face. 19 firepower. Destroyed. Bad AI. Enemy forces have captured friendly zones. Friendly. What kind of soup sandwich is this? This is friendly controlled, but this is enemy controlled. So it looks like they came in through here and punched that, and I'm here on the other side. Well, I'm going to assume that my lines of supply aren't really that important. I don't know what else to do. We're going to come over here and capture. So we're going to move to E. And let's go to 2. Let's unbutton everybody. Go back to 3. And we can't do advancing fire because it's a friendly zone. So here we go. Enter a friendly held zone. Enemy forces have captured multiple friendly held zones. Wow, they've just punched in through this. I don't know what the repercussions are, but I think I'm going to keep, here's my objectives. I'm not going to come out here and do this, clean up all this stuff. All right, now, Q, recon, strength 4, light tank. Okay, advancing fire, I'm not worried about one light tank. Proceed. No resistance. Wow, how messed up. They're like encircling the encirclers. Okay, we need to capture this zone. Q, recon, strength zone 7 supposedly. Truck, anti-tank gun, infantry squad. We're going to go to 2. We're going to... Yeah, we'll leave. We'll stay exposed. Rescue in a fortification. A large concrete and stone fortification, perfect for defensive position. I think I'm going to avoid that. I only got, if I had a 75 millimeter gun, maybe, but my HE is not very good. We're definitely going to do advancing fire on them. How many points is this worth? Capture. 10. Let's do artillery support. Let's save the air power when we got a heavy tank. We're not going to use any unit support either. Let's go. 3 HE rounds. Enemy resistance. I encounter. No artillery. And we have 4 units on there. I'm in open ground. All 3 of us are in open ground. I'm going to leave him on spot. Operate the gun. Reload. Drive at a moment's notice. Pass the ammo. A truck. Okay? That's all we spot. My hull down chance is only 8% here. Let's reposition. Let's go to broken ground. It's a reasonable chance of getting it, and you're going to have a better chance of getting hull down in there. And they're not shooting at me yet, so. Successfully moved in it. And it blocked the line of sight to one of the targets. I like it. I'm not going to fire at anybody. Large horse-drawn limber is spotted. Well, that means it's going to be some kind of artillery piece. I was spotted by the large horse limber. Okay, the truck is now alert. I'm not worried about the truck. Unspotted unit is now alert. That's got to be an artillery piece or a gun or something. It's a large limber, so I wonder if it's going to be like a really nasty gun. And we still don't know what the hell's over here. Well, I'm going to go ahead and button everybody the hell up. We're going to move the commander to direct fire, operate gun, reload, pass ammo. Got it. We're going to attempt to go hull down. I move into a hull down position because it increased to 13% from 8 because of being in broken ground. I don't think anything's on the limber. I'm going to select target to the truck. They could be loaded with something. Let's let them have it. Not going to hit them. Missed. Okay. Riflemen are spotted. Good. I can deal with riflemen. Especially if they're at long range and I'm buttoned up. 4 firepower on the horse limber. No effect. The truck moves. Direct fire, operate gun, reload, drive, same thing. So now we're hull down to the front. Excellent. Okay. Not moving. We're going to rotate the turret. Move it to a different target. Fire. Maintain rate of fire. Let him have another one. 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 Destroyed. Destroyed with an HE hit. 4 firepower on the horse limber. No effect. Horse limber moves farther away, so off the board. Okay, everything looks good. Looks good. We're going to fire HE at the infantry target. Got ready to fire. Missed, but got ready to fire. Ready to fire! Let him have another one. Well, that was almost a critical hit. And got ready to fire. Let him have another one. Partial hit and got ready to fire. Partial hit. Okay. 15 firepower on the infantryman. Destroyed. Some of the dust around you has settled. I don't know what this is. But if it's a gun, it can't move. Because the limber's gone. I've never seen a gun move. And it said large limber. It's probably a large gun. I don't mind staying at long range. So we're going to reposition within the hex. I hate it because I'm hull down now. Oh, that's not on this one. Now we reposition. And I'm going to stay. I'm going to try to reposition in wooden buildings. Check failed. I moved into open ground. Move to the new hex. Okay, now we have a line of sight. And I'm not hull down anymore. Okay, so we're going to rotate the turret back. I'm going to fire at the target. Even though there's only half a chance to hit, maybe that'll help for acquiring it next time. Spot. Open his hatch. 45 millimeter anti-tank gun, okay? It didn't need a large limber. Those things are tiny. We're going to attempt hull down. I move into a hull down position. Excellent. All right, let the artillery duel commence. Fire at the target with HE. Missed, okay? Next turn, we're going to move this guy to direct fire. Fire at the target. Pretty good odds. Partial hit, got ready to fire. Give him another. Missed, got ready to fire. Fire again. Missed, got ready to fire. Fire again. Partial hit, maintain rate of fire. Fire again. This is only because these guns are small. You know, it's easy to hand ammo to them. You're not going to be doing that with a Panther. I mean, you might get a second shot, but... ends the phase. Anybody else contribute? 6 firepower. No effect. He fired at us. Fire at him again. Partial hit, got ready to fire. Missed, got ready to fire. Missed, got ready to fire. So I only got a partial hit so far on him. Another partial hit, got ready to fire. Partial hit, got ready to fire. Like 3 partial hits. There's the 4th one. That's like 12 firepower. Come on, guys, help out with that. 15 firepower. Destroyed. That's it. We cleaned the objective. Yep. Now, I look like I'm cut off. I wonder if I can do a resupply here. Transmit a request for resupply. Yeah. 25 minutes later. Okay, cool. So we're going to come down here. We're going to add all the APCR. Let's add 2 more rounds of that. And HE, let's... Okay. Tab and accept. Well, this is a rescue, huh? We're going to go D, recon. Estimated strength is 9. 2 light support weapons, light tank, assault gun. Soviets didn't have an assault gun at this time. Unless they're going to count a KV-2 as an assault gun. Okay? Which they could. So if that's the case, we're going to do advancing fire. We're going to do request air support, request artillery support, and request unit support. And we're going to proceed. Yep. 7 HE rounds expended. Encounter enemy resistance. Air support. Got it. Trying to spot. Riflemen are close by. That's good. Anti-tank rifle team. And a T-26 light tank. A 109 shows up. Four firepower on the anti-tank rifle team. No effect. Uncle Artie comes in. It's 150 millimeter howitzer. It's probably the biggest one you'd probably get. Rifleman was destroyed by a direct hit. That's excellent. And a tank team was hit by artillery attack. 15 firepower on them. They're also destroyed. Unit support. I got somebody. It's a PAC 36, so 37 millimeter anti-tank gun. I've been ambushed by enemy forces. They have a chance to act first. He decided to move for his action. And he's out of line of sight. Am I hull down? I am not. Okay, well, I don't want to move closer to him. Okay? So what we're going to do is that we already spotted. We're going to go ahead and button everybody up. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and unbutton him. And we're going to direct fire. The gunner is going to operate the gun. The loader is going to reload. The driver is going to drive. And the assistant driver is going to pass ammo. And the phase, we're going to, what's the attempt hold down on here? Nope. I was supposed to read it first. 8. Didn't get it. I don't have line of sight to him. And the phase. It moves. Okay, that works. And it's hull down, but not to my hex. I don't think so. I don't think I'm hull down in that direction. Direct fire, operate gun, reload, drive. Okay, so we're going to... Let's not move this time. We're going to move to armor piercing. We're going to fire at that target. 3.6 attack. Come on, we need a ready rack reload. Missed, but got ready to fire. Let him have another one. Missed, got ready to fire. He was saved by hold down, so he is through the front one. Fire again. Maintain rate of fire. Maintain rate of fire. Maintain rate of fire. Missed. A big old nothing there. Big nothing sandwich. It moves. There, it's trying to flank me, huh? We're going to pivot the hull. And we're going to end the phase. Then we're going to fire again. I missed with a 1.3. I needed a 0.5, but I got ready to fire. Okay, now it's 9.1. Missed. Fire again. Missed. Fire again. Critical hit. It's over. Yeah. Critical hit on a tank like that. Bye-bye. No enemy. Okay. Now I'm surrounded. Look at this. We got these little pockets of us. There's a rescue there. So I'm going to go E. I'm going to go R. Estimated strength is 6. And a tank gun. So we're going to do advancing fire. We're going to go to 2. Make sure everybody's watching what's going on. Let's request artillery support. Here we go. Here we come to save the day. Okay. Enemy resistance. It's a pinned down 222. So that's a little four-wheeled German armored car. I got a couple of them painted gray. And I showed up hull down. That's excellent. And we have artillery. It's another 45 millimeter anti-tank gun facing the wrong way. 150 millimeter howitzers. Hit by an attack. 15 firepower. Destroyed. That's it. That was the rescue. It's going to advance the map, I'm sure. Okay. This is a capture. That's a rescue. That's a capture. Man, I really don't want to fight for this damn fortification again. I've never attacked one of those spaces before. I was playing some urban combat today. Yeah. Well, I didn't want to do it. I lucked out. That had every sign of having a bunch of guns and buildings. Which I just don't have that high powerful HE to do something about it. So it's just, it's a bit of a porcupine, so to speak. Okay, we have about half the day left, something like that. Let's make sure we're all buttoned up. All right, I mean unbuttoned is what I meant to say. Let's go over here and try to just be done with that thing. We're going to go A. We're going to do a recon on A. Strength in zone is 4. Looks like support weapons. Advancing fire. Let's go. No enemy resistance. Excellent. We're going to go to A. We're going to do a recon on A. 10 strength in the zone. And a tank gun. Let's do advancing fire and move on. 7 rounds of HE. I encounter enemy resistance. Looks like it's one gun. We'll leave the commander on spot. The gunner is going to operate the gun. The loader is going to reload. The driver is going to drive. The assistant driver is going to pass ammo. Let's see if we spot him. 45 millimeter. This one's facing me. Okay. Am I hull down? I'm hull down to the front. I'd be surprised if that's the front. We're going to pivot the hull. We're going to move the HE. Fire at the target. Here we go. Missed. Okay. Now the commander is going. Now we're going to button up. I don't know if this has got to make a difference being unbuttoned. So I'm going to unbutton the commander. He's going to direct fire. We're going to operate the gun, reload, drive past ammo. Got it. Nothing on the movement front. We're going to fire at the target. 75% chance of rate of fire because I'm using the ready rack. Missed, maintain rate of fire. Missed, maintain rate of fire. Partial hit. 3 firepower on it. No effect. Fire on the target again. Partial hit, got rate of fire. Let him have another one. 2 partial hits. That's 6 firepower from me. It's like I'm the only one engaging him. Routed. Trying to pack up. Some of dust around you settled. Fire at the target again. Critical. Maintain rate of fire. I'm not going to fire again. There we go. I didn't want to risk jamming the gun. I completed an objective. Okay. And to capture this, I'm going to zoom up this way and try to take this stuff. So we're going to go D. Yeah. We're going to go D. Okay, they keep capturing stuff. I'm going to go back into this zone and enter friendly held zone. Okay, they capture this thing, so I can't do it anymore. They got rid of that little yellow guy. So I'm going to go eat. No, I'm not. I'm going to go D. And I'm going to proceed. Should be quicker. And now we go E. And now we do recon. Strength zone is 8. Anti-aircraft gun. All right, let's drop advancing fire, air support. Let's just do the whole kit and caboodle. Here we go. 7 HE rounds, enemy resistance, air operations, failed. Got artillery. No targets spotted, so I can't do anything against him. And I got the support unit. It's a 37mm anti-tank gun. Commander's going to be on spot. Gunner's going to operate gun. Loader's going to reload. Driver's going to drive. Assistant driver's going to pass ammo. Okay. It's another one of them 76mm anti-tank guns. Anti-aircraft guns. We're going to pivot the hull. And we're going to fire at the target. Missed. I was spotted by it. It's trying to dig in. Now the commander is going to move to direct fire. No movement. Oh yeah, there we go. Didn't get a hit, but got ready to fire. Got a hit and got ready to fire. So I got 12 factors just by myself. Yeah, nail them too. It's that French half-track. 18 firepower on them. Destroyed. Excellent. Campaign Day random event. Information about an expected enemy presence in the area. Enemy captured friendly forces. Friendly forces captured multiple. So I got free knowing that there's 3 here in this light tank. All right, well, let's do advancing fire. And we'll save the other stuff. It's just light tanks. Well, the information could be wrong. In the villages. No enemy resistance. Okay, that's fine. This is a recon. All right, let's go Q. Recon that. Estimated strength in the zone is 7. Support weapon teams. Advancing fire. Let's go. 4 HE rounds used. Enemy resistance encountered. 1 unit. He's going to spot, operate gun. Loader's going to reload. Driver's going to drive. Assistant driver's going to pass ammo. Enemy heavy machine gun team. Okay, we're going to pivot the hull. And we're going to give him a shot at the HE. Missed. I was spotted. Yeah. Okay, button everybody up. I don't know if they've got Molotov cocktails or not, so I don't want to move into 1 hex range with them. Right? We're going to move the commander to direct fire. What kind of terrain are they in? Wooden buildings. We'll fire HE at them. Reload. As opposed to, machine gun. Fire. It's not bad. Partial hit. The other tanks are firing a lot. All that for 3 firepower. Though they got pinned. Same turn. Fire. Let them have it. Maintain rate of fire. Missed. Partial. Maintain rate of fire. Let them have another one. Maintain rate of fire. Nail them. We've only had them 1 partial. 2 partials, looks like. So I contributed 6 firepower. And that was all. I was the only one that did anything. Destroyed. Okay? No enemy in the area. Okay. Whew. We're running out of time. I think we have enough time to recon that one. Of course, all these zones aren't worth any points. So as soon as I capture it, I'm not going to try to capture all these 1-point things and get myself into danger. Sorry. It's about survival. We're going to do a recon. Strengthen zone 1. Support weapon team. I'll advance buttoned up. That's just fine. We're going to do advancing fire, and we're going to move forward. No enemy resistance. Okay, we're going to go E, and we're going to recon, which is the objective. And at this point, how's my ammo situation? I'm going to get a resupply. Yep. 10 minutes later, apply saved layout, loadout. Let's remove some of those. Okay. Accept and continue. Enemy forces captured. Friendly zones captured. We've got like 2.5 hours left. I just don't see any point in like sticking your neck out there to capture. We're going to wait and rest. Oh, there we go. Wait and rest. Yep. Campaign Day random event. Additional air support has been made available. Up to 65. Look, now we're surrounded. Oh, why is this a capture value of 2? Z. Recon. Strengthen zone 6. Motorcycle team, support weapon team. Advancing fire. Proceed. Counter enemy resistance. Look, there's guys on top of us. However, we're buttoned up. That's good. Gunner is going to operate the machine gun. Loader is going to reload. Driver is going to drive. Assistant driver is going to operate his machine gun. We spotted an AT rifle team. That's a problem where they're at. Okay, so I'm going to pivot the hull so he's to the front, so we got our best armor towards him. That's all we're going to do. Okay, and we're going to fire the coax machine gun. No effect. Then we're going to fire the bow machine gun. No effect. Well, I did all I could. For firepower on him, no effect. I was spotted by the motorcycle MG team. Now we're going to move the commander to direct fire. Nothing else changes. Not moving. We're going to fire the coax at him. Full effect, and we got rate of fire. Let him have it again. No effect. And then we're going to go to the bow. Fire it. 1 partial effect. A lot of stuff going. 42 firepower. I think they're destroyed. Motorcycle MG team attacks you with bow machine gun. I'm surprised it has a chance of doing anything. We're going to pivot the hull. We're going to pivot the hull again. That's where we're going to be. And we're going to fire at that target with a coax. Full effect. The bow machine gun. No effect. "24 firepower on it. Bye-bye." Now I got an hour and a half. All right, what else is worth here? This is worth 1. These are worth 2. I don't really want to go into wooden buildings. Last thing I need is an anti-tank gun in a wooden building. I'm going to wait. Yep. I'm going to wait again. Wait again. Enemy forces attack my zone. Enemy forces have brought artillery support. I'm buttoned up. 76 millimeter artillery. No effect. That's what we like to see. I'm hull down to the front. Spot. Operate gun. Reload. Drive. Pass ammo. I'm not gonna fire at him. I was spotted by an unspotted unit. Oh! Hello. And it's in wooden buildings? Oh my god. Well, I'm hull down to the front. Let's unbutton him. A KV-1 Model 41. A KV-1 Model 41. Holy hand grenade, Batman. We can get the fuck out of here. Well, this is how Hoffman's gonna die. This is how Hoffman's gonna die. And he's hull down. Oh, because it wasn't bad enough. He's not hull down. Oh, he has 11 armor. Yeah, we need to get the fuck out of here. All right. So, movement phase. Conceal, reveal self. What chances do I have? The pivot's not going to help. Reposition. Maybe I could try doing a reposition. And reposition in some wooden buildings. And then maybe there's a chance that we can block line of sight. I moved into them. Didn't block line of sight. I'm not going to shoot at him. I can't do anything. I mean, you know, if it was a side shot, I might try an APCR. I'm just going to waste it. What are the odds of hitting it? No, it's 5. It's a 0.5% chance. End the phase. It moves, but not far enough to enter new hex. Oh, please change facing. Oh my God, it's blocked. It's blocked line of sight. Okay, that's what we need to do. We need to come over here. He's going to direct movement. The driver is going to withdraw or attempt to withdraw off the board. Withdraw from this battle, yes. Unable to withdraw. And now he's not spotted. Oh, shit. Attempt to immobilize. I don't give a shit. What's the odds of hitting them? No, it's 0.5%. We're not going to do that. Panzer 3H was destroyed by a KV-1. I don't think that was me. Yeah, loss of a squad. Yeah, yeah. The loader is shook by him, and so is the gunner. Attempt to withdraw from the battle, moving into adjacent map. It's a 45% chance. It's not terrible. It's not terrible. What if I change his to spot? What's his chance of moving then? 30. Okay, so the commander is adding 15%. What if he's buttoned up? Doesn't make a difference. Okay, am I still hull down? I'm not. I'm not. That's what we got. That's the play we have. Attempt to withdraw. No whammies. Unable to withdraw. Panzer 3F was destroyed by the... So now it's just me. It is just me. Oh, I am hull down to the front, but... Oh, somehow I moved and I got hull down now. I wasn't before, when you asked. I still have a 45% chance. I mean, it's either that or I turn tail and try to run, but, you know, odds are that's going to hit me. I got a better chance of just leaving the damn board. At least he killed the other two tanks first. We got to do it. We got to try to withdraw. Yep. Unable to withdraw. That's 3 chances for 45 and didn't get any of them. Some of the dust around him is settled. I got to try it again. I successfully withdraw. Wow! Son of a bitch. I enter a friendly held zone in the fucking swamp. Combat day is ended. Thank you, Jesus. Wow. That was intense. That was intense. We had a pretty successful day, you know? Woohoo! Yeah, KV-1s are... It's serious because you can't do anything to him. You can't do anything to him, you know? And his gun can, like... It's at medium range. It could do all kinds of stuff to you. Tab to continue. Let's see what we got. Nope, 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 nope. No leveling up. Day is ended. Going to move to the next day. The crewman's torso and groin injury is now healed. I didn't know he even hurt his torso and his groin. All right, so this is where we're going to save. We're going to be doing closing the gap. We're going to save, and this is what we're going to pick up next time. So we survived by a frog's hair, and this is what we're going to pick up next time. All right, folks.